Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is, why is that? Okay, I'm going to go over with you how to sort these numbers and put them in the right sets and subsets of real numbers. So the first example we have is the square root of 48. Now I want you to be able to come over here to get your online graphing calculator, which is a button on my Canvas page. And to do the square root of 48 on your calculator, you have to hit the second key, this blue second key right here, and then use the square root symbol is right here. It's on the same button as x squared, so you have to hit second x squared, and then we're going to enter 48, and then I'm going to arrow out from underneath the radical sign and then hit enter. If you notice on here the calculator says 6.92820.323. This is a irrational number that continues. It's a decimal that never ends. Now, of course, on the calculator it stops, but in reality it's going to continue on forever because it goes to the end of the screen. So the square root of 48, we're going to come back over here, is an irrational number, and it's also a real number. Because all the numbers we're dealing with in 8th grade are real numbers. We're not going to use imaginary numbers. Okay, so we should check the boxes irrational and real. The next number is 5 1/4. Now, this is a mixed number, and it's not a whole number. It's not a natural number. Integer has to be positive or negative whole number. So it would be a rational number. If a number is rational, it's not irrational. These two do not intersect. So we're not going to check the irrational if we check rational. And then it's also going to be real. Everything in the real column should be checked. On your calculator, I want to show you how to enter a mixed number on your calculator. This is something new that I haven't taught you before. So if you hit the alpha key and then the y equals and look at hit number 2, second, it gives you the template, is that how you say that, for a mixed number. So I'm going to put my whole number in, 5, and then I'm going to right arrow over and put the numerator in on top, down arrow, and put the denominator, 5 1/4. It's going to give that to me as an improper fraction. If you want to change it to a decimal, which you usually do, you're going to hit math, and then that second, what is that called? Markdown, second choice says to a decimal. So we're going to take my answer and change it to a decimal. I'm going to hit enter, and it's 5.25. Again, that's rational. But again, how to get the mixed number, you hit alpha, y equals, and then hit number 2, and you can put in your mixed number. We'll be using that more this year. The next one is negative 20. Well, we know that's a negative whole number, so that's going to be just an integer. And therefore, all integers are rational numbers, so I'm going to check the rational, and then I'm going to check real. Okay, again, it's not irrational because it's rational. Okay, the next number, 56/8. Well, if you take 56, even though it's in a fraction form, 56 divided by 8, that fraction can be simplified to 7. So 7 is a counting number or natural number. So I'm going to move that. It's also a whole number, because if it's a natural number, it's a whole number. All natural numbers are whole numbers. All whole numbers are integers. All integers are rational. I'm not going to check irrational. And then I'm going to check real. Okay, the last one, 10%. Well, I know 10 is a whole number, but it's not 10, it's 10%. 10% means 10 divided by 100, or 10 out of 100. So if I take 10% and divide it 10 and divide it by 100, I get 0.1. That's a decimal. 10% as a decimal is 0.1 or 0.10 or 1/10. So it's not natural, it's not whole, it's not an integer, but it is rational, and therefore it's also a real number also. Okay? And that is how you check the boxes of explaining what sets and subsets each of these numbers, real numbers, lies in. Okay, thanks. Hope this helped.